Have you ever done a bungee jump? Have you tried paragliding or maybe skydiving? If you've ever done any adventure sport, one thing that you would have noticed is the amount of efforts and time that is spent on the safety protocol before you participate in the adventure sport. Well, investing is not very different. As you prepare yourself to experience the thrill of seeing your money grow, let's talk about the safety net that you must build for yourself as a part of the step 7 of putting yourself on the path to financial freedom. Hi, my name is Harshvardhan and I'm the founder of Wealth Café, where we share with you ideas to help you make smart money decisions. Let's talk about the 3 nets that you must have for yourself as you get started on your journey to investing. The first one is to have adequate health insurance. A health insurance cover basically ensures that if at all you were to have a mishappening with your health, whether accidentally or otherwise, the insurance policy that you've taken covers all the hospital expenses that you need to incur, and you don't have to go back and break your bank account and actually exhaust all your savings to cover for your medical expenses. This is a very important cover that you must have so that any kind of health emergency is completely covered and taken care of.
I am pretty fit and healthy. I don't think anything will happen to me.
Well, that's a very valid argument and I hope you stay that way. But are you ready to take the chance? Whenever I am asked this question, I get reminded of the C8 Tires ad, wherein in the advertisements they show you that you need to take the precautions to take care of yourself, and it ends with a tagline saying that the street is full of idiots and you are the one who need to protect yourself. So the same applies to when you look at the health insurance cover, wherein you need to take the extra precautions to protect yourself, given that the street is full of idiots outside, and I don't think you should be ready to take the chance that nothing is going to happen to you tomorrow. The second important safety net that you need to build for yourself is to have adequate term insurance. A term insurance cover is a life cover wherein if something were to happen to you, you get a payout, a lump sum payout from the insurance company. While you cannot be replaced emotionally for your dependents and your family members, you can make a very smart choice and ensure that you are replaced financially, so that if something were to happen to you, your dependents are not left to fend for themselves, left to depend on your relatives or maybe the extended family to take care of them, and rather you are replaced with a corpus of money which will help them be independent even when you are not around.
But isn't term insurance a pure cost? I don't even get anything back in return.
Well, the irony here is that when you are ready to spend an amount of money to cover the new shiny SUV that you just bought for say maybe about 15 or 20 lakh, when it comes to taking a term cover for your life, which I think is more valuable than anything else, you always have the thing at the back of your mind that should I incur this cost? I just wish the government had a rule that they could make term insurance mandatory for everyone, just like they've made motor insurance mandatory, because it's a very, very small amount that you pay for the financial freedom that you have, or rather the financial freedom you have today, that tomorrow if something were to happen to you, you know that your dependents are going to be taken care of, and the fact that they are going to enjoy a financial freedom of you being replaced with a corpus and not having to depend on people around them. The third important safety net that you must build for yourself is a emergency fund. An emergency fund is basically a corpus of money that you build and put together, and you will use it only if you are faced with an emergency. Typically, you would want to build an emergency fund of at least 5 to 6 months of your monthly spends, so that if you're out of a job, if you're in the middle of breaks, if something were to happen where you have to stop your current source of earnings, you're not unduly worried. You have a corpus to fall back on, which is your emergency fund, and that ensures that when you put yourself on the path to financial freedom, this third safety net takes care of any eventualities like maybe losing a job without planning for it, or the fact that a certain emergency comes up and that results in a stoppage of your regular income. An important point for you to note here is that just like all the safety protocols that were taken when you participated in the skydive were taken before you actually did the skydive, right? All the harnesses that had to be checked, all the parachutes that had to be packed up properly so that when you take the jump it's ready for you. All this was done before you took the jump, not after you took the jump and something wrong happened, right? At that point in time, it would have all been pretty useless. Similarly, this safety net that we talked about, having a health insurance plus a term insurance plus a emergency fund, you should build for them before you actually start on your investing journey, before you actually decide to take the risk of investing your money into equities. And once you have this safety net in place, you will find that you will be even more confident with your investing decisions and you will not be worried about what if something goes wrong. Well, till now we've talked to you about what you must do from step 1 to step 7 of this series on financial freedom. Do subscribe to our channel so that you will know what you must avoid in our next video on what you must stay away from as you put yourself on the path to financial freedom.